There weren't really any calculations to do on this one, but if you thought about the lottery from each week, what do you think as far as people and their winnings? Do you have a lot of people winning a lot of money? We have more people on the low end where they don't make any money or maybe make a little bit. Which way do you think it goes with lottery in a typical week?
I'd say skewed right.
Okay, with why? You're right.
I'd say skewed right because we would probably want to put it in the form of people. Like as more people are in it, like if we were to have the number of people on I forgot how many people. Basically, the larger amount of money going up to the right.
Well, let me ask it this way. Do you think more people are winning a lot of money or more people are winning a smaller amount?
Smaller.
Right, smaller amount. So you're going to have more at the low end. So if I thought about like a dot plot or something, you'd have more values over here versus maybe one person's going to win a lot of money, sort of thing. So that's why it would be skewed right. So if that's our shape, then would I want to use the mean or would I want to use the median if I'm doing something that's skewed? The mean, remember, can be affected though when it gets skewed. So in this one, we actually want to use the median. Anytime we have a skewed set of data, we want to use the median. Then variability. Well, variability, remember, could be the range and IQR tied together, or it could be the standard deviation. Well, which one of those do we use when it's skewed? We use the range, we use standard deviation.
The range and IQR.
Good, range and IQR, and that's because the standard deviation, remember, is based off of the mean. And if the mean can get messed up or skewed, then so can the standard deviation. So when you're answering these questions, you always have to start with shape, because once you know whether it's skewed or symmetric, you'll know what to use for the others. All right, so on number 2, you had to figure out what the mean was originally, then drop the lowest score and see how much that improves things. So this is one where you could type it into your list and do the mean that way if you wanted to. There's a small enough number of values where maybe you just added them up and divided by 6. But what was our original mean? Somebody get the original mean?
45.1.
Say it again, sorry.
45.1.
Everybody okay with that? I didn't type it in. So. All right, but then they said, well, she gets to drop the lowest one. I get to drop to 35. And then we're going to see, well, how much is this going to improve for me? Just by dropping up one score would give. Okay, so it made a big difference. You increased it about 10.5. Okay? And hopefully you feel pretty good about me. Going around and kind of looking at the last one, stem and leaf looked pretty good. This one wasn't too bad. Remember, if we have single digits like the 2 and the 9, that means we're going to have a 0 on the stem part. And this one went all the way up to 31. The one thing I would say is don't forget your key. So after you put your values in, again, remember you want to put them in order. I'm not going to list all of them out. Start putting those and putting them in order. But don't forget to include a key of some sort. Maybe you'd say this. What's something else I'd probably look for on this? After you dropped it? Oh, did you? Okay. Oh, here we go. I didn't touch it. Yeah, 47.6. Thanks. What else would I look for, you think, on the assembly? Yeah, make sure that you have a title as well. Now, the 5-number summary on this one, remember, you're going to type that into your calculator. It's the easiest way, at least. Once your values are in the calculator, we're going to do our stat, or calculate, one variable stats. And then when we scroll down, we get our 5-number summary. So the 5-number summary includes the minimum, Q1, median, Q3, and the maximum. Now, there was one other thing I was going to show you that might have helped with the stem and leaf, just to save you a little bit of time, especially if you type the values into your calculator. Once your values are in the calculator there, if you want to put those in order, the calculator will actually sort them for you. So once they're in, under the stat button, two of the options say sort. One of them says sort A, and the other one says sort D. The sort A means ascending, in other words, from smallest to largest. Sort D means descending from largest to smallest. So if you wanted to put them in order, what I could do is I could choose number 2. And since I have my values in L1, I would tell it second 1. And it's just going to say done right now. But if I go back to my list, now all those numbers are in order. So now it's a lot faster to put it on the stem and leaf plot because they're already in order for me. And I just have to make a copy. Okay, so that's something if you wanted to do that, they say. All right, so hopefully we're feeling pretty good about this. Like I said, later on in class, we're going to take, it's going to be it says quiz on there, but really like a graded assignment that we're going to do on 1.6 and 1.7. So the 5-number summaries, the stem plots, things like that will be on there when we do that. But before we do that, what